Welcome, my name is Maria Elena. Today I'm going to show you how I turned this mess of a bathroom into a new and improved space. Stay tuned for the end. So let's start with the tour of the before. As you can see, this was a blessed mess. I say blessed mess because I have a blessing to even have a bathroom, but it's a mess because there's too much going on. This bathroom was never renovated since we moved in. The floor is just really gross. There's this random bar that my grandmother put outside of the shower. We're gonna get rid of that. This wallpaper is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So we're definitely gonna get rid of that. We're also going to get rid of some of this cabinetry so we can make some more space in the bathroom, make it feel a little bit bigger. I completely renovated the vanity with everything that you see here is gonna be different. And just a preface, it's pronounced preface. We own the house, but this is going to be renter friendly because most of the stuff that I bought was stick and peel, either wallpaper, floor, tile, just everything you can pretty much do if you rent your space in the bathroom. And yeah, so let's begin. So first thing I did was I taped everything with painter's tape around and painted the wall with this paper heart color from Bear Paint. And I actually used this for my room and I just had the extra paint, so I didn't actually spend on that. Then I bought this wallpaper on Amazon. This is peel and stick wallpaper that I mentioned, I didn't even take out the wallpaper before, and I'm just going to put it on top of that. So you're going to need these supplies right here. I'm going to use a ruler to measure out 10 inches across the entire thing. So I'm going to go and mark that and then connect each one with a line so that I know exactly where to cut. And that's only because the way that the wallpaper was set up was that there were two stacked on top of each other. So it was 20 inches of width, and so I don't want that. I only want one of them so that it's only one block on that ceiling. So I use an X-Acto knife, as you can see here, and I'm just cutting that with a straight line down the middle, and that's the part that I'm going to use. I'm only going to use one of the tile spaces for each top of the wall. There it is. There she goes. And yeah, I really like the way it turned out. And then onto the vanity. So I painted this with a Rust-Oleum color paint that I got on Amazon, and then I added these beautiful vanity cabinet pulling thingy-majigs. By the way, that's paint on my shorts. Attach them, and voila, they look beautiful. I really love these. Okay, and next I completely remove the sink because we're going to change everything on top, and I'm going to use another peel and stick marble contact wallpaper that I bought on Amazon. But first I'm going to remove all the mold and mildew around. And I change outfits a lot in this because this was like a 3-day process, just so you know. This was not like a 1-day thing. Nope. Girls gotta work full-time in the day, so this was me doing this at night and during the 4th of July weekend. And finally, when all of that was super duper clean, I cleaned the rest of the vanity so that I can have a super smooth surface. I put this paper across, and I just kind of measured it and cut it right where I gave myself a little bit extra space, of course, and just cut it where I deemed it like a good spot, straight down. and then it fell, and then I picked it back up. So there we go. So I put it on top. This was probably the hardest thing throughout the bathroom that I did, and I did not do it perfectly, so you guys don't kill me, don't come after me. And oh god, wow, did I flip this? Okay, yes I did. So I kind of just aligned it where it looked good, and then I just peeled back a little tiny section, stuck that, and smoothed it down with this little cool tool that I bought that I used for the wallpaper on the top of this ceiling, by the way, like the one that's on top of the wall. That's what the same thing I used. And I smoothed out the contact paper little by little. Okay, so here's my end result. I'm gonna honestly put a link down for people that have done this much better than I have. There's obviously air bubbles in here. I'm not sure if it was the type of contact paper I used. It was a beautiful color and beautiful like looking marble paper. It literally looks like real marble, but the air bubbles, not that hot, so we don't love that. But yeah, so I ended up using this really cool, look how beautiful this is, you guys. This was only like $9 on Amazon, and there's a lot that comes with it. So I used this around the whole mirror area because I really wanted to add like a really cool antique vintage looking touch to the whole bathroom, and I love the size of the mirror. It's really nice and big, so I didn't really want to change that. So I added this all around the edge, and honestly it looks like a really expensive mirror. The eye is completely tricked with this. So yeah, basically I measured it around, cut it where it was appropriate to cut it, and just stuck it on there. I think you guys, it's pretty straightforward. I don't really know what else to say about that, but here's another minute and a half or so of me putting it up. I got up on a ladder for the top part, and I just used that little smoothing tool to make sure that it was firmly on the glass. However, this is so friendly to work with because if you don't like it, you just peel it right off and put it back on. And it's that simple, my dudes. Don't like it, no. So just take it right off and put it back on, and just as needed, and it stays super well. It can get moist. I've used it, like I've used my shower a couple times now since doing this, and none of it peels off. I love the face I make here. Good enough. Yep. So yeah, I did the rest of the mirror like this, and the end result was so beautiful. I'm obsessed. This was my favorite part, and this was the cheapest part of this whole bathroom makeover. So you can honestly get this and put this on any wall. You can put this on any little detail if you're into that sort of like rustic old vibe. I recommend. Oh yeah, so actually this part's kind of important. So here in the corners, I made sure that it was a diagonal cut so that it would fit very nicely and align with all of the lines. And that's what really made it look like an actual frame instead of just, you know, the paper, so that it could be very nice and clean and smooth. And that's pretty much it for the mirror, you guys. I decided to actually add from all the leftover that I had around the entire mirror, so that it would just really come together on the sides, make sure that there was, you know, extra detail added to each. Here is the end result of the vanity with some added kind of accessories that I also bought, and I bought this faucet on Amazon. And the whole thing looks so pretty. And now the floor. Oh god, the floor. The floor is probably my least liked thing in this bathroom because it just is so hard to clean, and even when you clean it, it still looks messy and dirty because there's just disgusting stuff within the grout lines. I tried to put these carpets over it and I still didn't like it. So I had to clean it first and make sure to get all of that paint that I accidentally dropped on the floor while I was painting. For the floor tile, I actually bought it on Home Depot, which this was before we canceled Home Depot because they suck. And this was also a peel and stick tile. I used an X-Acto knife and a box cutter to kind of cut this through, but it was very difficult. I don't know why I made this process so much harder because honestly, scissors work just fine, but I wanted to try and get it as, you know, smooth as possible, but you could have just used scissors, and I ended up using scissors. I ended up using these huge scissors that my uncle gave me, which I'm sure most of you do not have. So whatever you have, honestly, because we're trying to save some money up in here. And yeah, everything was 12 by 12 inches, so it was only on the sides that I had difficulty aligning this with and working with it. I don't recommend doing this if you don't have help or have a lot more patience than I do, but you know what? Look at that. It looks like a brand new floor, and it was very inexpensive. All in all, I'm very proud of the way it turned out, and I'm just going to show you here what my thought process was when I did around the toilet and other hard areas. I actually traced it with paper first so that I could kind of build this model to go after. What is that called? You know, I'm trying to think of that word, whatever. So I cut it out so that I could just have my template. That's what I was looking for. My template, and I used 2 different pieces of paper when I was doing the whole entire round section of the toilet so that I could then align them and put them on top of the tile and just cut it from there. Once I cut those, I could just put them over the tile and mark on the actual tile where to cut. You see, guys? You see how easy? I mean, come on. These are the gigantic scissors I was talking about that, again, I probably didn't need these, but I don't know. My uncle offered them and I like being extra. So I used those to cut. The only thing with this, when you're cutting with the scissors, it kind of can make the scissors get really sticky fast. So you have to keep cleaning them. And then, yeah, just keep aligning them and stick it on. And I use this hard pressing roller that I'm also going to link down below. And voila! You guys, this just brought me so much zen and serenity. And as you can see, the edges are not perfect, so I am going to put trim. You just staple in a horseshoe trim, and just for the sake of this video being uploaded and not completely abandoned, I am not going to film that part because I'm going to do that way later. And after the floor, I had my dad put up the cabinets because I didn't feel like it. And that was the end result. Look at how beautiful, you guys. Like, come on. Oh hey, Also, I just wanted to say, this is my first ever video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I am really happy with the way it came out. I know this was not a perfect video. I did not show everything, and I tried my best, so I don't know if this will be my last video or not, but here it is, and yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and is filled with much joy and happiness and serenity and peace and tranquility and just everything. It's a very harsh world out there, so lead with love.